Welcome to the SHPE Region 5 channel, a place to stay connected, informed, and inspired to change lives. On our second episode, we will be showing the recording of our kickoff meeting, and we hope you enjoy.
So, okay.
We're good.
All right, we're good. Well, quick agenda for today. We're going to be going a little bit over the state of SHPE, regional leader introductions, what to expect from us, a little review in regards to RLDC 5, 2021, and some of the resources that the regional team has for you guys for this coming fiscal year. Next slide, please. So where we are today, everybody in this chat room right now that got invited, unless you guys forwarded to other teams, already know the reason why we're here. We're here because we support SHPE's mission and vision, which is that changes the lives by empowering the Hispanic community and realize its fullest potential, and to impact the world through the STEM awareness, access, support, and development. And our vision is that SHPE's vision is a world where Hispanics are highly valued and influential as leading innovators, scientists, mathematicians, and engineers. With the whole transformation that we've been going through, we've also established a set of values which revolve around familia, service, education, and resilience. Next slide, please. I don't know if you would like to cover this slide, Isela, for the student chapters.
Sure. So this is just a breakdown of the chapters that we have in our region. As you guys know, we have 7 states. So it's Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Louisiana. Am I missing anyone? No. Okay, I think that's all. I'm sorry if I missed one of the chapters. But we have 33 chapters. I'm not sure if I don't think that's the number. Is that the number of active chapters?
Yes.
Okay. 33 active chapters, and last year we welcomed 2 new chapters. So I hope that we have people here from Tulane University, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Texas State University in San Marcos, Texas.
Awesome. For the professionals, we got a few chapters as well. Active, they're 9, but on the next slide, we'll be going a little bit more detail about that. But something that we would like to work on is establishing professional chapters in each one of our states, because unfortunately, for example, we don't have one in Arkansas, we don't have one in Louisiana just yet, Tennessee, Alabama. So there's a lot of work that we can do for the professionals. Next slide, please. So in case nobody knew, we're actually the biggest region. For the longest time, it's always been either Region 7 or Region 4, and they kept changing the numbers on us. First, they were saying like, oh, you only got like 2,400. For those that were in leadership last year, I sent you guys like a congratulatory letter, like saying, oh, congratulations. Then like 2 months later, we had like 200. We went down to 3rd place. But they did another breakdown, and we're outpacing everybody. So great job, everyone. Now, as I was saying on the previous slide, or 2 slides ago, in regards to our breakdown from chapters, how many have been established, how many are active. Let's start off on the top left corner where you see the NRP breakdown. Official chapters, we got 39, but only 33 are considered active. what makes you an active chapter? Someone that actually has over 10 members, 10 active members. But in addition to that, on that breakdown, I also put the amount of people or the amount of chapters that have been submitting their NRPs. So out of the 39 chapters we got, 33 are active, 16 submitted their NRP1. And for NRP2, only 14. And for the following section on the NRP breakdown for professionals, we have 15 chapters, but only 9 of them are considered active. And for our NRP1, only 4 submitted it, and 3 for NRP2. So those are going to be one of the goals that we will be going over later on throughout this presentation. On the far right, you'll see deadlines. As of now, make note of that. We will be sending you guys these slides, but for sure, make sure to submit your feedback on your CMT. And these are just screenshots from the former document, but on the next one, it's probably going to be saying NCP. But those dates are going to be very close. I highly doubt that they're going to change, as well as what's considered a small, medium, large chapter. Next slide, please. So during the check-in, one of the questions was like, what's an RVP? So even though I didn't quite go into detail in regards to what the regional leadership positions are, we're going to take the time here and talk about that. An RVP is the regional vice president. It's a professional that gets elected every other year. So it's a position for 2 years. I started my term in 2019. And what I do is pretty much I lead the regional team. And my team, for sure, consists of a regional student representative, a regional graduate representative, and a regional junior representative. From there, I can pretty much expand the team as much as I need to in order to support regional operations. But in essence, I represent the professional membership. I communicate the business from SHPE National to the professional chapters and my professional members. I was recently given my regional budget that I'll be having to work with for this fiscal year, be hosting regional team meetings, some QRRs, which are quarterly review updates that I need to submit to the CEO, and meet with my professional chapters monthly, and have the pleasure of attending NILA, the National Convention, and RODC. Next slide, please. So, a little bit about myself. We finally got to my favorite part of the presentation. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering. I graduated from UTPA. That was in 2011. Then I went to work for a little bit. Then I went back for my master's because industry sucked. But I also got it in mechanical engineering at UTRGV. Fun fact, UTPA, UTRGV, same place. Experience, I have worked in the oil field my entire career, various field engineering positions for Halliburton, currently work as a drill site representative for Chevron. Ship experience, been passively active with ships since 2006, active since 2012, where I started off in the National Advisory Committee. Then one thing led to another, and ended up being the professional chair for RODC 2018, and at the same time was a graduate ambassador to UTRGV, and now I'm here. Goals is to execute the regional strategies. More details in regarding to promoting the SHPE brand, building relationships, and nurturing membership later on, and ultimately to lead the regional team and chapter leadership. And pretty much keep in touch with you guys, keep you updated with SHPE National, and be 100% compliant with what the organization requests from us. Next slide, please.
Okay, so now it's my turn. So for those who don't know me, my name is Susana. I am your regional student representative, and my role is pretty similar to Omar. He oversees the entire region. However, I focus on the undergraduate chapters. My responsibilities include, it's mostly communication between the student chapters, members, and the region. I will try to meet with you guys at least once a month. And again, and just like Omar said, I would be attending NILA, National Convention, RLEC, and sharing any updates from CEO and staff. So a little bit about me. I am originally from Mexico. I lived there around 16 years, and I moved to Louisiana a couple years ago. I attend Louisiana State University. I'm hopefully graduating next year in chemical engineering. I've done a couple internships with ExxonMobil and Valero. Today was actually my last day, so it's been a pretty long day, but yeah, I've also had some experience in SHPE. I was a chapter leader, and last year I was the chair for RLDC 5. Don't even ask me how that happened, but yeah. So some of my goals are mainly to increase communication between the regional team and your chapter. You're going to see that I'm going to be scheduling a lot of meetings. I'm actually recruiting vice RSRs to be able to communicate better with you guys. And my main goal is also to develop the people that are going to be part of the regional team for next year. And again, host mostly monthly meetings and help you plan any sub-regional retreats that we have scheduled for the year.
Hello guys, how you been? These are the roles for the regional graduate representative, which is represent graduate student membership, which we know we are a few of the grad students, but hopefully we can increase the number this year. Communicate business to form chapters and members. I would like to get the different graduate students among the chapters involved to have them network with each other, know each other. I will be meeting with student chapters at least twice per year. Hopefully that number will increase. I will be getting in touch with the graduate ambassadors, if not with the presidents from each chapter. Attends NILA, National Convention, RLDC, and CEO updates. Next one, please. So my name is Lazaro Lopez Mendez. For those who don't know me, I was born and raised in Mexico in Matamoros, Tamaulipas, until I was 18 years old. Then I just literally crossed the border and went to Brownsville, where I did my bachelor's in science and engineering physics with a concentration in bioengineering in UTRGV. I graduated on December of 2018, and then I started my master's in science in manufacturing engineering, and hopefully I will finish that in May 2021. My experience right now, I have been a graduate research assistant, I think for 4 years in different fields. I started at the biophysics department, and right now I'm working in additive manufacturing in the manufacturing department at UTRGV. I also won the Sustainability Fellowship Award, so I became a Sustainability Ambassador for UTRGV. I had some experience in lean manufacturing and at General Electric. My SHPE experience, I started on fall 2018, just as a volunteer, such as anyone else. Sorry for that. My room is a little enthusiastic. Okay. I started as a volunteer in fall 2018, and then on spring 2019, I became the marketing director for SHPE UTRGV. And then I met Omar, and he offered me the position of marketing director for Region 5. So I took that position, and right now one thing led to another, and I'm the regional graduate representative. Some of my goals is to increase graduate member retention and participation among the region. How am I going to do that? By hosting events that are focused to graduate students, promoting communication among regions, like I mentioned, network between graduate students and also undergrad students. I will try to provide valuable tools for the graduate students at the regional level. I will hopefully have monthly meetings with the vice regional graduate representatives, which I'm going to talk about that in some future slides. And I will have bi-weekly meetings with the graduate committee.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Susana Campos, and I'm your regional junior representative. So similar to all the other R positions, I do represent the junior student membership, specifically juniorship. Also, one of my main roles is communicating business to and from junior chapters and members through advisors and also your chapter junior representatives. So some of my role is also to meet with junior chapter advisors monthly, which I'll be trying to do throughout my tenure here, and as well as attending different all SHPE national events. So a little bit of background about myself is I'm also from UTRGV. I'm pursuing my mechanical engineering degree and hope to graduate this December. Some of my experience does involve doing an internship and co-op with Ecolab, and I just finished my internship with Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control. And some of my experience does include I was chapter president for UTRGV back in 2016, so I've been with SHPE for about 6 years. I was also on the committee for RLDC5 back in 2018, where it was hosted in McAllen, Texas. I was also your RSR about 2 years ago, and NUR last year, I believe. One thing I did want to mention that the RJR is not an elected position, it is an appointed position, and it is for 2 years, along similar to the RVP role. Some of my goals does include strengthening our K-12 pipeline through STEM awareness, access, support, and development. And by that, I'll be working with my team hosting a regional junior conference, kind of like a 2-part series throughout the year, and supporting our chapters through their K-12 initiatives. I'll also be updating our juniorship training material, and hopefully be having a meeting with that soon, and as well as reinstating our competition that we had beforehand, just to motivate our chapters to increase like their community outreach efforts. And as well as I'll be working on maintaining a point of contact list for all our junior chapters, just to make sure everybody is aware of like what junior chapters we have in the region, and motivate other chapters to collaborate with one another. But yeah, that's a little about me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Catherine Trevino, but you guys could call me Kat. I am your regional marketing director for this year, and some of my roles include create content that reflects the chapter's activity in the region and per SHPE's mission. I also attend all regional events, and I'm encouraged to attend NILA National Convention RLDC. I did go to NILA, so that's already like one off the list. And I also, oh, sorry, I forgot the middle one. I also communicate business to and from the leadership and membership through social media and virtual platforms. And so a little bit about myself, I also go to UTRGV. I'm getting my bachelor's in computer engineering. I'm graduating this fall. I'm really excited about that. And some of my experiences, I am a student instructor for UTRGV. I've been an SI leader for about 5 semesters now, and I'm currently tutoring. And I also, last year, was an engineering intern at Intel. My focus is on hardware development. And then last week, I just finished my hardware developer internship with IBM. And this week, I started my part-time with IBM. So I'm going to be working with them as I finish off my school. So that's really exciting. And some of my SHPE experience, I've been with SHPE for about 4 years. And my first chapter that I was with was UT Austin. So I went there for my first 2 years, and I was elected as the R&R director at UT Austin. I was only in that position for about a couple of months because that's when I started transferring to UTRGV, thanks to my SHPE Familia that helped me do that transfer. And then I ended up being the mechatronics lead for UTRGV, and that's how I kind of got involved there. And then I ended up being recruitment director for UTRGV, and then I was the chapter president for UTRGV last year. And now I am your regional marketing director, so I'm really excited, and I just like being involved with SHPE a lot. And so some of my goals for this year is to maintain interactive social media content, increase the social media traffic to have a broader set of audience. I feel like the more people that we reach, the more that we could represent you guys as best as possible to a giant audience, and provide alternate communication portals such as the podcast that we just started and our YouTube channel. And I created the link tree so we could have a collection of all the links that you guys need, any resources that you have, it's all in one place. And of course, I'm also behind all of the social media. So whenever you guys send us a DM, I'm there and I'll be replying back to you guys. So that's me.
Okay. Um, Here, I mean, you got the leadership breakdown of what it consists to be in the regional team. So you pretty much met everybody from the top row. But just because you already met us doesn't mean that there's no opportunities available. Isela is looking for vice, Lazaro is looking for vice RGRs. There's places in the junior committee. There's places in the marketing committee and in the SHPEtina committee, which later Susie and Kat will be talking more about later. Next slide, please. So as it was mentioned on my slide, one of my goals is to be executing the SHPE regional strategies, and they consist of three main items, which is promoting the SHPE brand, building relationships, and nurturing memberships. These strategies were developed and agreed upon all the regional teams last NILA, and that drawing that you see on top was actually drawn while we were actually strategizing these strategies. Now, I've had the pleasure of talking with at least 10 chapters since NILA, and just hearing what you guys have been doing last fiscal year, what you guys have been planning for next fiscal year, I mean, it's jaw-dropping. You guys have been doing so much work, and as I've told some of the chapters who have worked with me in the past, my type of style is not to be babysitting you, is not to be micromanaging you. I mean, you guys have been doing a phenomenal job. Having said that, at the same time, I'm not going to be on the other side of the spectrum where I am not going to be following up or have some sort of an expectation. So something that I kind of been hearing from it has been like how much they're trying to give back to the community. But if there's one thing that I would like people to focus on, is at the very least a couple of things that everybody can do. I can't expect people from UT Austin to be doing the same stuff at UTRGV, LSU, UTD. I just can't. However, there are a couple of events that I would highly encourage everyone to do so we can all have this a greater impact as a region. And there are three things. Number one, as we covered in the earlier slide, the NRPs. My expectation is every chapter should have their NRP or NCP as it's going to be known as from now on, NCP1, NCP2 completed. If you need any help, reach out to me, reach out to the regional team, where we're out here to help you guys. Item number two is going to be junior SHPE or Noche de Ciencias, like our K-12 pipeline. I don't know if you guys have seen the numbers from SHPE National, but I think as a nation as a whole, we hosted less than 20 events. The region as a whole only hosted less than, I don't want to go out of my way and say 4. I know it wasn't over 10. I think it was just 4 official. And there's ways we can get them recognized and recorded through SHPE National. My expectation, 1. Let's just do 1. If every chapter does 1, us as a region, we're going to be able to host over 40 Noche de Ciencias. And lastly, recruitment. Let's keep adding more into our pipeline. Let's keep adding more to our familia. If you need help, let us know. These times challenging, but I mean, we'll overcome it. But that's why we're here. We're here to support you guys. If you're interested about more of our detailed SMART goals, feel free whenever we send you this slide deck to click on the regional team SMART goals, and you will see a massive template of all the items that we have there. Could we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Susie, you don't mind talking about this one?
Yeah, sure. So just a quick recap on what we're going to be talking about is what to expect from us which includes our chapter leadership monthly calls. For example, this one, we're also going to be having other monthly calls. Our Region 5 events calendar. If you guys haven't checked it out, our link tree yet, our events calendar and a bunch of other links and resources are on our link tree, and we'll just be adding more stuff as we go, as time goes. We'll also be talking about our membership competitions. Omar will be talking more of that into detail, as well as our regional awards, and also the other communication and different portals that we're using throughout the year.
You don't mind covering this slide, Isela?
Okay, sure. So I don't know if you want to comment on something on the professional side first.
Oh yeah, sure. Like for the for communications, we're going to be hosting like leadership monthly calls, but we just wanted to establish who you should be expecting these notifications to be coming from. So all professionals, or at the very least, the professional chapter leadership, they're going to be led by me. Or in the event that I can't do it, I'll make sure to send a representative and let you know that who's going to be taking over that.
Sure. And as for the student chapter leadership, like I mentioned, we're going to be having monthly calls. I'm still trying to decide on the best day to have them. I was thinking maybe Monday or Tuesday, like every third Monday or Tuesday of the month. But I'll be sending out a poll just to see what works best for you guys, because I know like usually Wednesdays and Thursdays are when you guys have meetings with your chapters. So I really don't want to like mess with that. The meetings are going to be led by me, but they're going to be facilitated with by the vice RSRs. So I said we have applications open. We actually have 2 vice RSRs assigned already. They should be in this call, Maria and Arash. But if you guys can still please share the application, that would be great, because we still need to fill those a couple of positions in other subregions. So the expectations for you guys will be to have the chapter president in attendance. I understand that a lot of things are going to be happening with the semester. So if you can make it, please make sure to send at least 1 representative. And if you can, at least send an update so that we know that you guys are at least keeping up with us. And well, we say here that the meeting will be sent 2 weeks in advance, but once I have a date set, I'm just gonna forward the meeting in your calendar, like for the whole semester, so you guys know exactly when we're gonna be trying to meet.
So on the membership competition, some of the items that the students were bringing up throughout the year and in some of the meetings was the financial aid that we could give out to chapters, and we're limited. Like, let's say, for example, that I would split the funds equally amongst all the chapters. Like, everybody would probably at best receive like a couple of $100, like no more than 2. So we're going to be creating incentives, and one of them is going to be a membership competition. And instead of having a bunch of them, having small, medium, large, we're just going to have top 3. We're going to do this thing twice. And instead of just focusing on membership, on who can raise the most amount of people, it's going to have different levels, like different grading criteria. For example, there's going to be 2 divisions for membership growth. During NILA, when this was brought up, somebody was saying like, well, how is this going to be? Is this going to be nominal? Is this going to be percentage? It's going to be both. So each one of those is going to be, if you add them together, it's going to be 40%. But we're also going to be judging you on your social media outreach. How active are you in social media? How much are you promoting your chapter? The strategy used. Like, what was the strategy that you guys used to reach out to people? How did you convince people to come into the org? What was the value added that you gave for the members to join your chapter? And lastly, your chapter leadership update. How often you're going to be reaching out to the regional leadership team. It's not just going to be about, all right, a chapter's going to gain 100 members and boom, that's it. No. So if I have a small chapter that only, I don't know, brings in 20 people, but they kept constant communication with the leadership team. And when I mean constant, I don't mean daily. I mean more along the lines of at least every week. Small little guideline, one pager, email, nothing major. We don't even have a template. We just want to hear from you. And like I said, this is going to be conducted both in the fall and the spring. So officially, the competition is running right now. Third prize, $125. Runner-up, double that, $250. Grand prize, double that, $500. Deadline, when is the last competition? Wednesday before the national event. So for the fall, national convention. For the spring, RLDC 5. So for the fall, last day is going to be October 21st. Next slide, please.
So can you mention when the competition for the spring will start? Will that be like the first week of January?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
First Monday of the year. How are we submitting the results for these competitions? That's a good question. I can't expect you guys, unless you guys are keeping a close tally on your own, that's going to be a little challenging because you're not going to know if a member registered unless they registered in front of you, they send you the receipt. So I get monthly membership updates, and I'll be looking through them there. Just to be in the same safe spot, I'll be correlating with the reports that you guys are going to be giving me. And if I see a big discrepancy, I will probably be reaching out to the chapter and to the membership department just to see where we're at. And we're going to be announcing is going to be in any one of those national events. As for regional communications, as a rule of thumb, not just for SHIP, but pretty much whenever you're in your professional career, any sort of communication is good, but is not official until there's like a notification or a follow-up into the official email account. So some of you guys have already reached out to me in private. I got no issue if it's in Messenger, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. Don't mind. But if it's something that's important and you need it to be followed up, just for the sake of you and I, please send me a follow-up on Outlook. Other than that, all chapter leadership should be on the Slack channel. Everybody in the chapter leadership, we're still compiling all the contact information. We'll have them on a WhatsApp. Sophia, during NILA, she created a group me, and that's where we're going to be sending all of our membership. I don't know how many people we can fit in there, but I know it's definitely more than WhatsApp. So we'll keep membership there. And then anything you need, or pretty much anything we do, is going to be in public through social media.
Hey, Omar.
Next slide.
I have a question on the, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
On the previous slide, I saw that your is ship.org with domain. Is it possible for chapters to get that domain so we are more official when we start contacting more companies for branding? Because I know if you use like a Gmail account, it's easier for those emails to go to spam. But if we use ship.org, it can help us be a little bit more official.
He's writing it down on his handy dandy book.
I can definitely follow up. I don't write it down, I'll forget it. I'll definitely ask, man.
Thank you.
You don't mind covering this, Susie?
Yeah, sure. So this is basically just a breakdown of the regional events we're going to be having throughout the year. So we're planning to have 4 sub-regional retreats hosted by y'all, by all of y'all sub-regions. One will be hosted prior to convention. The plan is 1 will be hosted prior to convention, 1 after convention, 1 prior to RLDC, and 1 after RLDC. We're also trying to find a sub-region or a chapter who would like to host a service regional outing. And we'll go more into detail about that in the next few slides. For the regional team, we're also going to be hosting professional development events, graduate events tailored to graduate students and undergraduate students who are interested in graduate school, junior events for our junior chapters, SHPEtina events, and you guys requested, so we delivered. We're going to also be having regional socials and as well as our RLDC conference.
As for the sub-regional retreats, I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to join one of these, but it's a great place to get together and align with the chapter leadership and with the regional strategy. We hosted 2 great events last year, one of them in Rice, another one in UT Arlington. We can provide professional development seminars, and the way we kind of strategized this was to host a pre and a post sub-regional retreat depending on the semester. So for the pre, we kind of focus on leading up to the national organization's event, which for the fall is a national convention, for the spring, RLDC, and the post one is pretty much just a wrap up and a look ahead of what we want to do. And it's, of course, it's a great networking opportunity. And if you're interested in hosting, I've pretty much already made it no secret. I want to host all of these sub-regional retreats outside of Texas. Having said that, given the nature of the virus, it's going to be very difficult to host these in person. So all of these will probably have to be conducted virtually. So just a heads up. Next slide, please.
Oh, I do want to say something. Just because this sub-regional retreats want to have them being hosted by chapters outside of Texas doesn't mean that you guys cannot have events with the chapters around your area. It's just that they're just not going to be called sub-regional retreats, but you guys can still be planning those events. And we're still going to be promoting them.
Also, I do want to mention, if any of y'all are interested in hosting a regional or sub-regional event, Catherine already put up the link, if I'm correct, for the event proposal document on our link tree. So feel free to check it out. And if you guys are interested in hosting an event, feel free to fill it out. Yeah, like I said, we're also going to be hosting a service regional outing this semester or this year, which is basically a quick summary with the chapter leadership and basically just getting the whole region together and, you know, doing something community service. It might be a little difficult this year since everything's going to be virtual, but there are a few ideas we do have on doing some type of community service, but you know, this can be as creative as you guys want it to be. It also allow for us to network again and you know, give y'all's chapter a opportunity to host a regional event for the year. And again, you can also apply for that. You can also apply for that event on our link tree as well. It's included with the event proposal. Omar?
Sure. For professional development, some of the items that was brought up by a few chapters was the NRP report. It was legitimate concern saying they didn't know where to start. So we will definitely be doing an NCP recap, question and answer. So like I've mentioned, no need to think that you're on your own doing this. We also want to be providing a professional development readiness, getting you guys ready and up to date for the national convention. Feel free to share with your chapter members before coming to the national event. And if you want to do a proposal, I mean, to do a regional event, feel free to send us a proposal so we can get it tailored by our professional members. Next slide, please.
Some plans for Region 5 in graduate program. We're going to have the graduate series. As you can see there, we already have a poster, and this is going to be a one-day event, probably Saturday, and these events are coming on spring. This is an event where we'll have virtual information sessions. We can learn about graduate schools. We can learn from research and resources, fellowships, funding, presentation, proposal writing, thesis and technical writing, life after SHPE grad panel. Also, we will have resources for undergraduate students. Why will I want to go into grad school? What are the benefits of grad school? Do I want to go for a thesis or do I want to go for a non-thesis? Do I want a master's? Do I want a PhD? Should I skip the master's and go straight to a PhD? Those types of answers, you will find information of that in the Region 5 graduate series. This is an event that will be coming up in spring for the next year. Also, another big event that we are planning with the grad committee is the SHPE Region 5 Research Symposium. This is, we want to hold the first research symposium for grads and undergrad students. If you have been doing undergraduate research work and you want to present it, and you want to attend a conference just to share with your SHPE family what you're doing, this is a great way to do it. Also, you can network with graduate students. If you're an undergrad and have questions or want to know about different research among your SHPE family, this will be a great way to network with the grad students. Again, this will be held in spring for the next year, and you will get updates in that through social media and also through email. We're also planning, can you go back? We are also planning some podcast series, again, like the podcast that we have, but focused on graduate school, hopefully with a 5 or 10 minute Q&A where you can submit your answer live, or you can submit your answer previously via Linktree, which got is going to set up an thank you for that, where you can submit your answers. I mean, where you can submit your questions if you have any questions for grad school. We want to have office hours at least once a month, a day where we can have just like a hospitality suite or just a Zoom room where you can enter and you can ask questions, where you can have a one-on-one conversation with any of the members of the grad committee. Either if you need help on your proposal, in your statement, if you have questions on how to study the GRE, or if you have questions about how to manage your time in grad school, whichever the case, those are going to be office hours for you to join us. Also, we are planning networking events among chapters. I think, Miguel, I saw your message. We are planning to have networking events among chapters that are close by for graduate students and also undergrad students. And I think that's it.
Someone asked a question about grad school information for professionals.
Where was the question?
So will there be anything for professionals wanting to go to grad school this year?
Yes, that's also something. We're looking for a member that fulfilled the graduate committee that has been through that experience, which is in industry, and maybe he went to an MBA or something like that. But yeah, definitely we will have something for you. Like I mentioned, we're planning different network events and also valuable tools for graduate students. Either you're looking for a PhD, either you're looking for a master's, either thesis or non-thesis, or if you're working in industry while doing your master's.
Okay, so some of our plans for our juniorship program is we are planning to have a juniorship virtual series, these are the tentative dates we have so far, November 14th and January 23rd, where we plan to, have just a virtual series on doing STEM activities, college readiness, professional development, and networking opportunities for our juniorship chapters. And we're definitely going to need a lot of help from y'all to market this event to your respective juniorship chapters. And if you guys haven't already, can you please email me your contact list for your juniorship chapters and advisors? Thank you to those who have already emailed me. I really appreciate it. We're also looking for volunteers. So since it is a juniorship virtual series, we really want to get more student and early professional volunteers. just to come in, talk about their experience, or even host a session. So if you are interested, please email me at rjr5@ship.org. Also, next month, we are planning to have a SHIP Junior and Noche de Ciencias one-on-one training. Training in September 19th. So we'll be going over SHIP Junior. Funding resources are the SHIP Nationals 421 program, our Noche de Ciencias and Dia de Ciencias, and as well as we'll go ahead and reiterate our Regional Blue Heart competition. And as well as I'll be having the juniorship calls. We're hoping to have it bi-monthly once we get all the contacts in. In the next slide, I'll go over the Region 5 Blue Heart competition we are reinstating this year. So I know a lot of you asked at NILA, like, oh, how are y'all gonna be accounting for this? So this is basically gonna be a point system competition where if you guys are gonna be establishing a new chapter, that's like your top points, 10 points. If, like Omar said, we are hoping that each chapter does a Noche or Dia de Ciencias at least once per year. That's 8 points right off the bat. If you're gonna be hosting a corporate tour, a campus tour, any STEM competitions or STEM activities, if you're gonna be even hosting any calls with your junior chapters or hosting any development workshops, those are all points added to that competition. And the only thing we ask for is just to submit. We have a submission form on our Linktree already. You guys can go ahead and take a look at it. And all you got to do is just put, I've done so and so many corporate tours. I've done so and so many STEM activities with my junior chapters. And then at the end, you'll just need to provide a recap for each event that you guys hosted. And then we'll be going over that prior to RLDC so we can announce the winner at RLDC. And the submission deadline is February 7th, but I wouldn't wait to start starting that document already. As soon as you guys are working on your activities, just compile it all into one document. Make it a live document, put it on your Google Drives or whichever platform you guys use, and just to keep it as a live document. And when the time comes, all you got to do is just download it, upload it onto the submission form. But if you guys have any questions, we'll talk about more about that. You can just email me. I think Pat, you go over this one.
Yeah, so now we're going to be talking about our SHPEtina plans for this year. So Susie and I are working together on both like the SHIP Junior conference and also this SHPEtina conference. So we have a lot of events planned for you guys, and I'm really excited about it. For one, we have the SHPEtina series. And so that's like a virtual conference series. We're going to have one per semester. So the dates are right as of now, October 3rd and then February 6th. We will talk more about that later. And then we also have a SHPEtina Leader Luncheon, which is going to be happening in spring. And that's where all of our SHPEtina chapter leaders are going to get together, and we're just going to have fun and network with each other. And then we also, every Saturday, we do have our SHPEtina social media spotlights. And you can nominate anybody. We've had a couple of nominations so far. You could either do it to me through DM. You could give it to me through DM. But we do have an option on our Linktree where you could get featured on our social media. And there's an option to click for the SHPEtina Saturday. And we also have the SHPEtina Star Award for RLDC 5. And basically the whole purpose for this, I just wanted to like say something before, is that for our SHPEtina conference, like it's not only just for our SHPEtinas, like everyone is welcomed. The main purpose of this is to support the advocacy and allyship for women in STEM. So most of our speakers, if not all, are going to be SHPEtinas. And we just want everyone to have fun, be informed. Yeah, and it's going to be a really great event. So here are some of the topics that we're going to be going over in the conference. We are getting some speakers. We have leadership, technical, and entrepreneurship. So if you're interested in those topics, you definitely should come. And it's free, so like, I mean, why not? You know, like just sign up. You don't have to pay for anything. If anything, we're going to pay you to come because we are hoping to get a swag bag for this event. So that's like free stuff for you to come to this awesome conference. So I 100% recommend. And here's a little teaser. If you guys don't know this yet, October is actually Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So what a perfect speaker to have. We have Miss Carol Pierre. She's getting her master's in cybersecurity. She actually teaches a class at Johns Hopkins about cybersecurity and having cybersecurity intelligence. I don't remember the word for that, but like when you're just like smart when you're doing your computer things. I'm sorry, that word just like totally left my mind. And she's also a software engineering intern at Amazon. So we're going to have technical leaders. We're also going to have people that are in the management space and the entrepreneur space, because we know that in SHIP, it's not just everybody's tech. We know that you guys have a broad range of things that you're interested in. So we hope to tailor that to you guys. And so early registration's already open. It's super simple. It's on our link tree, and it's just giving us your information. And I wanted to mention this before on here is that it does ask for your address, and the only reason we're asking that is to send those swag bags to you guys. So yeah, go ahead, and I'll put the link tree in our chat, and you guys could start registering. And so now we have the SHPEtina award. That was one of the questions that we got at NILA. And Susie and I and Omar, we got together to talk about this. And so this award is going to be by nomination. And it's pretty much a woman that emulates the theme that we are having for SHPEtina this year. So it's spreading awareness of Latinas and women in STEM, providing resources to Latinas and women in STEM, educating, establishing a SHPEtinas program in their chapter. I know that some of the chapters already have a SHPEtina representative. That's really cool. And if you don't worry about it, but you guys should think about getting one. And also leading events to support the advocacy and allyship for Latinas and women in STEM. So yeah, that is basically our theme for this year. And anybody that represents that will, we will look over the nominations, and they will be getting this SHPEtina award. And so now for region socials, I don't know if you wanted to talk about this, Susie?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of the questions we did good at NILA was, are we going to be having any social events for the year? So of course, me and Kat got together and we decided to set up some socials. Some of these will be planned by the region, but we are hoping for a good amount of them to be hosted by one of your chapters. So if you guys are interested in hosting a region-wide social, again, you can propose that on our link tree in the event proposal. So we are planning to, we're hoping to have at least 2 game nights, trivia and loteria night, as well as going along with the holidays. We want to have a spooky night sometime in October. And since Halloween's going to be during National Convention, we want to host a region-wide costume party since it's going to be virtual, so we can all wear our costumes. And maybe we'll make it into a little competition. We'll find out. We're also planning to have a Friendsgiving, I think a week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You guys could probably already see the tentative dates on our Region 5 events calendar, which is on the link tree as well. And we're also planning to have just casual talks as well, the Cafecitos con Region 5. So just keep an eye out on our social media platforms, on our events calendar, and yeah, we hope all of y'all and your members can attend as well.
Yeah, and I just wanted to reiterate what Susie was saying. We were so inspired by y'all's leadership during NILA, taking initiative on wanting to do these events. So please don't be afraid. If any of those subjects weren't what you wanted to host for a social, don't be afraid to just message us and put a proposal on whatever you want to do. These virtual socials is for you guys to network with each other, because we're all virtual and we all want to connect. So don't be afraid if you guys saw and you're like, oh, I don't want to do a spooky night. I'd rather do Pictionary. Then go ahead and send it to us. We are so open to what you guys want to do. We're just here to support y'all.
Also, I think I saw James on the call. I don't know if he wants to go over these.
I'll cover it. Oh, go ahead, James.
Okay. Thanks, Omar. Yeah, so just want to welcome everyone to our LDC 2021. So tentatively, we're looking at March 4th through 6th. We the planning committee and the the strategic got together and kind of looked at the spring semester calendar, make sure we avoided midterm spring break holidays. And that's kind of what we're targeting. It's tentative to be determined by SHPE National. We're hoping all of you. We hope to see y'all all at Texas A&M and College Station, and we're looking forward to hosting it in College Station. The website will be coming this fall here, probably before the SHPE National Conference, as well as the early registration will open around the SHPE National Conference as well. You can see the hashtag there, the official hashtag, and then the contact information for the RLDC committee. Our theme this year, because College Station is right in between Houston and Fort Worth, there's a big major, historically there's a major train line that runs through there, and we're hoping all of you will get off at College Station and partake in some of the leadership development. Just a little background on this. So this was kind of started way back in 2012. We had a group of leaders from SHPE Texas A&M that came up to a barbecue lake social, and this was kind of something that we put on the radar screen way back in 2012. So that just kind of shows you what kind of timeline it takes to, as Omar mentioned earlier, the partnerships that are required to be developing. And we kind of, waited and, to kind of develop that partnership, and then waited for, some of the facilities and infrastructure to be developed on the Texas A&M campus. And finally, we're hopefully looking forward to having an in-person conference, but as a backup option, we are looking at potentially doing a virtual environment as well too. So, but hopefully we'll all be back together in person by that time. So just looking forward. So hopefully we'll see you at the station in March. Just kind of briefly, high level, what we're looking at, keynote speakers similar to, I don't know if you saw the sub-regional retreat highlights and recap earlier in the briefing, but feeding off of that, having keynote speakers, professional development workshops, the career fair. The team is looking at doing an Aggie tour, basically getting a tour of the campus, leveraging some of the state-of-the-art facilities with Kyle Field and the new conference center and hotel with a professional networking session. You see some examples there that we have done in the past with SHPE Junior track in College Station, as well as some of our networking socials and corporate tours that we have done with the fabulous Texas A&M SHPE College chapter. And then, of course, as you have seen with the awards that the regional team has planned, we will be presenting those at the annual end of the year awards banquet, followed by salsa dance social. So based on the feedback, it sounds like everyone likes dance socials. So so stay tuned for much more information and communications as things start to get firmed up.
All right, thank you, James. Also, June, I know we saw your message. We weren't ignoring you. We were just waiting till we get to the slide. So yes, so we kind of wanted to talk to you all about our regional awards this year. So we have our chapter awards, which are regional chapters of the year, Blue Heart Award, SHPE Pillar Award, Social Media Award, and including our individual awards that we'll be having giving out this year at RLDC. But we do iterate that this year we'll be doing it based on nomination. So either your chapter can nominate yourselves, or y'all can nominate another chapter, or anybody can nominate an individual for an individual award. And I believe, Kat, you already have it on the link tree.
Yes.
So if you guys get a chance, take a look at the nomination form. It already gives you all the descriptions for each award, and feel free to go through the form. It's very self-explanatory, but there are some requirements for the nomination form. For example, like on the chapter awards, we are requiring chapter advisor recommendations, and some other requirements as well. So keep an eye out on that. Omar, I don't know if you want to go a little more into detail about each award or what you want to do.
Oh, just a quick summary on the individual awards. Also, like Susie said, I mean, we hope to see the nominations come through. The only ones where we will not accept nominations, because these will come directly from the regional leadership team, will be the Lobos Award, the Rudy and Justa Trevino Award, and that's about it. I mean, you can't even self-nominate for the outstanding award. Just gotta have to read into the prerequisites on it. Now, why are those two awards not self-nominated? We're trying to establish like a pair of awards that they go way beyond from what you do at the chapter. So, I mean, if you want to be considered for the Lobos Award, which is going to be, we'll have a detailed description on our regional page. That's going to be awarded to the individual that their impact was felt across the region or across multiple sub-regions. That's going to be on professional, pretty much development, and someone that nobody can disagree on, saying like, wow, if anybody deserved it, it was that individual. For the Rudy and Justa Trevino Award, we'll be giving a backstory about them later on. They're very dear to my heart. In a nutshell, they have been the padrinos for the RVPs for the past 6 years. So that's how deep the impact that they've had for our region, that they personally sponsored it, they personally impacted the past 3 RVPs, including this one. But more details on that at a later date. Next slide, please. Kat, you don't mind covering this one?
Yeah, I was also going to mention before, we do have like mini descriptions of each award on the Google form for nomination. So there's like a brief description if you want to go more into it, and if you still like are confused or have questions, of course you could ask anybody from the region team and we'll be happy to help you. And so here are just some of the resources, regional team communications on the side. That's our link tree. I know we've been talking about the link tree a lot, but it's because it's literally the hub of everything that you need to know. It's all of the resources that we want to give you. And let's say you see something on there like that you want, or you don't see something on there that you would like to see on there. Go ahead and DM our Instagram, our Facebook. I would be happy to add something that would be of help for you guys, because that's exactly what this link tree is for. Over here we have the regional leadership's emails. Write them down if you don't know them. They are so important, because if you have like a problem with something or you have questions on something specific, that's exactly what the region team is for. Everybody has their specification, like graduate, junior, etc. And then we have all of our social medias here. Thank you guys if you guys have already followed. If you haven't, please make sure to do that, because we do post a lot of our information on our social medias as well. And if you have any questions and you don't really know who to talk to, then you could just message the social media, and then I could direct you to somebody on the region team. So yeah, that's it for that.
Next slide. So yeah, as it was mentioned earlier on the regional tree, there's plenty of opportunities. One of the things that we kept being asked is, how can we help? There is plenty of opportunity. We've already spoken for more than an hour, so we're not going to go into detail, but if you're interested as an undergraduate, reach out to Isela. If you're interested as a graduate, reach out to Lazaro. If you're interested in the SHPEtinas and junior committee track, reach out to Susie and Kat, and we will love to have you to be part of our team. Next slide, please. So yeah, I think acabamos. Could everybody do me a favor? Could everybody unmute yourself? Let's see if we can do a chant. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
And by the way, I can see it's not me. All right.
Oh
All
boy.
right, I'm seeing. All right.
We might
I think
just
I
press
muted
the-
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
So.
Okay.
Let me lower the volume in my ears before they start. So
This is gonna be bad.
let's do this. We
I'm gonna
got
break the
this.
Zoom call.
All right, I'm gonna start off. With.
Here.
All right, ready? Region 5.
Change
Live.
Wow. Can we try that again? I was not ready. And I think a lot of people weren't ready either.
All right. Do I need to make
Okay,
it
one more time.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Region 5.
Changing
lives.
lives.
Region 5.
Thank you guys for tuning into our channel. Make sure to follow us on all our social medias. Our Instagram is at SHPRegion5, our Facebook is at ship.region5, and our Twitter is at ship_region5. If you enjoyed this and would like to stay updated on what SHP Region 5 is up to, like this video, subscribe, and hit the little notification button. Also, comment down what your favorite part of the kickoff was. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.